Imagine waking up one morning and everything is frozen. Not just a winter storm, not just a cold front, but an entire planet locked in ice, oceans stiff like stone, cities buried beneath white, silent graves. The sky a still, pale blue, lifeless, no wind, no birds, just the quiet hum of a dying world. This is not the next ice age, this is something far more sudden, far more devastating, a transformation that happens in a single night. Tonight, we ask the question, what if Earth turned into a frozen planet overnight? For billions of years, Earth has balanced delicately between heat and cold. Its rotation, atmosphere, and distance from the sun work in perfect harmony to keep our world alive. But what if that balance broke? What if some force pulled temperatures across the planet into a sudden, catastrophic freefall? One night, one freeze, one world changed forever. In this dramatic scenario, we journey into the heart of a frozen Earth. We explore the science, the consequences, and the terrifying reality of a planet turned to ice instantly. For Earth to freeze overnight, something extraordinary must occur. A sudden atmospheric collapse, a dramatic shift in solar radiation, or a cosmic event that robs Earth of its heat. Let's imagine the most plausible scenario, a sudden, extreme reduction of solar energy hitting the planet. Perhaps the sun experiences an unprecedented event, a temporary but near-total dimming, reducing its output by almost 90% for several hours. This has never happened in recorded history. But if it did, temperatures around the world would begin to drop within minutes. The first sign would be the wind. It would simply stop. Heat escapes upward, the air becomes still. Then the oceans begin to cool from the surface down. The atmosphere thins as water vapor freezes and falls like glass dust. Within hours, the temperature across Earth drops below -50 degrees Celsius. By midnight, -80. By dawn, -120. Every living thing on the surface begins to face extinction. To understand what follows, we must understand what freezing truly means. Cold air becomes denser, heavier, and thinner. The atmosphere collapses downward. Clouds vanish. The sky becomes crystal clear, sharp, and cold. Breathing becomes harder as oxygen thins. Sound travels less efficiently. Conversations become faint. Then the oceans turn to ice. At first, the top layer freezes, white, solid, cracking under its own weight. But as temperatures keep falling, the ice thickens meter by meter, extending downward for hundreds of meters. Entire ecosystems are trapped beneath a frozen coffin. Only in the deep, pressurized abyss does liquid water survive. For now, Earth's energy cycle collapses. Weather disappears, no rain, no storms, no seasons, just endless stillness. This frozen transformation resembles something Earth has experienced before. Scientists believe the planet once entered a phase known as Snowball Earth, where ice covered nearly the entire surface. It happened more than 650 million years ago. It lasted millions of years. Life barely survived. But unlike that slow, natural freeze, this one offers no time for adaptation, no migration, no evolution. Just shock, stillness, extinction. Now imagine the freeze hour by hour. In the first hour, temperatures drop so fast that frost forms instantly on exposed skin. Water freezes inside pipes, engines, and power grids. Cars stall. Electricity becomes unreliable. People panic as communication systems begin to fail. By the fourth hour, infrastructure collapses. Power stations freeze. Wind turbines lock in place. Solar panels crack. Rivers turn to ice, shutting down hydroelectric plants. The world enters its first night without electricity. By the 8th hour, the oceans freeze solid enough to trap ships in place. Marine life suffocates beneath a thickening shell of ice. By the 12th hour, humanity retreats underground. Subways, bunkers, and geothermal sites become the last shelters. Cities are no longer livable. Vehicles no longer start. Airplanes crack on frozen runways. Glass shatters from thermal stress. By the 16th hour, the food chain collapses. Plants die instantly. So does the wildlife that depends on them. Agriculture ends in a single day. By the 20th hour, nations fall silent, governments lose communication, military bases freeze over, naval fleets become frozen monuments, borders mean nothing. Survival becomes the only objective. By the 24th hour, Earth is an ice world. A frozen crust reflects sunlight back into space, worsening the freeze. What remains of humanity is scattered, desperate, and declining. As days turn to years, the consequences deepen. The atmosphere fills with suspended ice crystals, dimming daylight. Night becomes even colder. Volcanoes and geothermal vents become the only remaining sources of heat, oases in a global desert of ice. Life clusters around these rare, warm regions, just as it did billions of years ago. Earth's rotation slows slightly as mass redistributes. Tides weaken, oceans remain frozen solid. Humanity shrinks to a few surviving pockets in geothermal regions: Iceland, Yellowstone, the East African Rift, Kamchatka, New Zealand. These places remain warm enough to sustain small populations, but resources are scarce, and the long-term future is bleak. Civilization as we know it collapses. A frozen Earth is more than a catastrophe. It is a reminder of how delicate our existence truly is. Humanity relies on a perfect balance: the warmth of the sun, the protection of our atmosphere, the rhythm of the seasons. Disrupt just one of these, and our world becomes unrecognizable. But it is also a reminder of resilience. Life has survived catastrophic events before. It adapts. It endures. If Earth froze overnight, humanity would face its greatest trial. But in the darkest corners of the planet, life might still find a way. And if a single night can turn Earth into a frozen world, what other cosmic surprises could reshape our future in an instant? What if the sun expanded to 10 times its size tomorrow?